of Bolivian law. KAILASA is internationally recognized. Absolutely true, Maminakshi. And not just a violation of the Bolivian law, but a violation of international law such as the ILO Convention 169 that Bolivia has ratified. The convention ensures the rights of indigenous people, the right to self-determination. And by labeling KAILASA as a fictitious state, it is in fact, the media is in fact violating the right to self-determination of KAILASA. And not only that, KAILASA, as per various international laws, such as the Montevideo Convention, which states that for a country to exist, it needs criteria, and KAILASA meets all the 4 criteria. It also meets the, let me reiterate the criteria, which is a government, a sovereign, a population, and the ability to enter into diplomatic relations with other states. So KAILASA has all the 4 criteria. And on top of that, nobody, no other state, not even the UN, can give recognition to other state. That is determined by international law such as the Montevideo Convention, as well as the doctrine of continuity. The doctrine of continuity specifically applies to KAILASA because it is the revival of ancient nations that has been present for many thousands of years, dating back to even more than 15,000 years. And we have documented records of these Hindu kingdoms for which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been coronated as the king, as the sovereign kings. There's documented record to show that KAILASA is the continuation of these ancient Hindu kingdoms. And not just ancient kingdoms, but indigenous kingdoms.
Actually, Vijaypriyama, I wanted to ask you this. Can you share more about why they are targeting and attacking it? Because I see that as a repetitive question. And why? Because Swamiji has been targeted since the year 2003. Actually, many people, many of our viewers do not know when KAILASA's revival started. Actually, in 2003, that time itself, the legal framework was done for KAILASA that got started in 2003 itself. That is why from 2003, Swamiji is being attacked. The anti-Hindu, Hindu-Mesic forces are attacking Swamiji since that time itself. And all of you can see that very clearly. So, Ma Vijaypriyamma, I just wanted you to also highlight on what are the different aspects, like where we clearly have the evidences. Courts have exonerated Swamiji. Why are these people attacking us still? What is actually going on?
Yes. See, I would actually like to put a question for the viewers here, especially, the viewers who've experienced Swamiji. See, before meeting Swamiji, before being initiated by Swamiji, how was your life? And now, how is your life? What is the change? What is the transformation that you have gone through? It will be good if all of you here can comment and just, analyze, look in. Because see, we actually start taking it for granted. We actually start forgetting the lives that we've had, all the worries, all the anxiety, the fears and whatnot that we've had before meeting Swamiji. And we don't realize it unless we start interacting, with people who've not had the same transformation. So see, if you look in, you will understand how much of fear, worry, insecurity in you just got dissolved. It's just not there anymore. Swamiji has empowered all of us so much, given us so much of confidence, right? Literally, he's making us God, making us realize our divinity. So, when people start to realize their divinity, they cannot be exploited. Human beings can be exploited if they have fear and greed. If they do not have fear and greed, they cannot be exploited. And that is the reason Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is facing persecution, so much of attacks, because he is selflessly, see, he doesn't have any selfish interest. He is only just pure compassion and love. He came down to planet Earth only for us, only to enlighten us, right? So the freedom that we are facing, the freedom that we are realizing, we are feeling now, it's only because of Swamiji. And when we feel that freedom, again, we cannot be exploited by deep state element, that people who have vested interest, right? People who would like exploiters of Mother Nature. They cannot do that. So that is why so much of attack, because Swamiji one is empowering all of us, making us realize our divinity. Second, reviving the ancient wisdom of the indigenous communities that does not exploit the environment, that doesn't have the concept of exploitation.
Absolutely. And also Swamiji has sovereignty, and he inherits this sovereignty. Like, why Swamiji is reviving these and how Swamiji is reviving these? We have everything legally legal. I want to show to all of you. Actually, you all can see here. These are the 21 kingdoms that Swamiji is the head of. Swamiji has been coronated as the king of these 21 different Hindu kingdoms. And these are what Swamiji is reviving. These are indigenous Hindu kingdoms. And these have been, Swamiji has been coronated in all of these, and Swamiji inherits these. Out of these major ones are unbroken. So this is the kind of history that we have and clear proof that we have. The coronation ceremonies for each of these kingdoms for Swamiji's is well documented. And because we have all these, because we have all of these with us clearly, and they're able to clearly see that all the evidence is out there, but still the Hindu phobic. We want you to understand. All of us need to wake up to this truth. All of us need to realize what we are facing is a direct attack and a persecution. What is Swamiji doing? Except for serving humanity. Why are we being targeted and attacked so much? It is because Swamiji is empowering us. And due to this empowerment, we are all waking up to the powerful components that we have. We are being targeted, persecuted, and attacked. You are being brutally denied of all the rights that you have as a Hindu. It is very important for us to wake up to all of these. See, just because Swamiji is reviving KAILASA, I just want to show to all of you what Swamiji is doing through KAILASA. You all can see here how so many medical camps, free medical camps, disaster relief programs, free educations, all this are being conducted. All of you can see here, right in front of us, we can see the work that Swamiji has been doing is so phenomenal. See, this people are experiencing the direct transformations, benefits, and clearly see the amazing Swamiji is doing to them. All can see this. These are some of the pictures of all the free medical camps that we are conducting. Even now, so much of medical camps and support is being given through projects such as Hindu Borders and free medical camps, healing, spiritual healing, and giving free surgeries to people. Like this, so many, and the two top-notch doctors from different parts of the world are coming together, and this free medical camp is being conducted around. You can see the kind of yoga classes, high class yoga classes, with the revival of the original yoga as per the Hindu scriptures being given completely for free, powering humanity. Same way, see the Annadam with the vision of for a hunger-free world. Swamiji started this, and since 2002 till now, unbroken, every days we are having the Annadam. Over 1 billion being served, and we are continuing. You can see whether it is serve the sadhus, serve the homeless people, or serving during disaster relief, and serving, giving free food everywhere. So many of our temples around the world, Swamiji is doing these initiatives, but media will not tell you this. Media is not going to tell you all this truth. You can see the kind of work that Swamiji is doing, whether it is KAILASA's palliative care program or the various healings, initiations. Same way, take Department of Education. Over thousands of students benefited from this with absolutely free education. We have the highest IQ empowerment that's happening. Kids at such young age being able to crack tests like such as Mensa. This is what Swamiji is doing. This is the kind of work that Swamiji is doing in all fields. This is why Swamiji is being targeted. Because Swamiji, he does not just talk. He walks his talk. He lives, he does the work, and through his work, Swamiji is standing up. The various services of KAILASA, whether the disaster relief programs that Swamiji is doing, where many millions have been benefited, or the animal rights and sustainability movements that Swamiji is understand Hindus. It is because Swamiji is standing up for Hinduism. And no matter what anyone tells, Swamiji does not deter away. You all need to know, Swamiji was blackmailed at one point to just give up Hinduism. Swamiji was blackmailed, but Swamiji did not give up. This is why Swamiji is being attacked.
And we have more comments here. We have KAILASA San Diego, who is asking, did the Bolivian outlets contact KAILASA before publishing their narratives? Balanced journalism requires presenting both sides. So the answer is no. And they are also not interested in knowing both sides of the story. Because if they wanted to uphold their ethics, they would have contacted KAILASA for both sides of the story. But they simply are not interested because their only objective is to spread disinformation, and incite hate. And that has been the trend since 2010, since the persecution started. When these deep state elements started realizing the good that Swamiji is doing to revive the ancient tradition. So that is why it is also very important, again reiterating, to reach out to these media outlets and hold them accountable for their actions. And we also have many comments from Ashutosh Sharma, who is saying, I was thoroughly brainwashed by the media, by the mainstream media, movies, and food industry. Swamiji helped me connect to my roots and brought dharma into my life. I got healthy, manifested great career and wealth because of Swamiji's teachings. And the ecosystem Swamiji has created is such powerful force for good in this world, in such deep, it is such deep wisdom with thousands of years of the heritage. We need to wake up, stand for the ecosystem, for dharma. Absolutely, Sharmaya. See, I am sure all of you here can share so many experiences where Swamiji has healed you. You know, you've manifested wealth into your life. You've manifested the jobs that you wanted. You've manifested great family relationships, whatever it is. You've experienced bliss, right? So many of you here can actually share. And these are all your Sakshi Pramanas that nobody can deny. But again, you have to understand that these Hindu music, racist, anti-Hindu media outlets, when they in KAILASA and when they are persecuting the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is spreading false lies, they are preventing others from experiencing the same, from benefiting the same as you have. So it is also your responsibility now to, again, raise awareness, make these media outlets accountable, so that more and more people can have the same experiences and benefits that you have received from Swamiji.
And I just wanted to also address one very important thing. Like our message where one of the viewers had asked about fair journalism and why they're not asking KAILASA side, like they did not ask KAILASA side. I just want to address this. Not just they did not ask KAILASA, they didn't approach us. Even what we are trying to give to them, they're not taking. They did not even cover what indigenous people are telling. Can you imagine claiming that there are, as if there are two sides, and they're claiming as if they're talking for indigenous people? You won't believe they have not even spoken to the indigenous people. And the indigenous nation presidents are all voicing out. Still, none of that is being covered. The only thing, see, this is a tactic that always the aggressors have used upon us, the colonizers have used upon us, where they brainwash certain sect of people who are look-alikes. Like they look like those indigenous people, but they are not those indigenous people. Like, for example, in this situation, they have bribed some of the Bolivian people there, some of the mercenaries that they have, who look like the indigenous people but are not the indigenous people, and they sent them to attack. I want to detail out how this happened, because I want all of you to know when when they were attacking the Hindu monks. See, right now our Hindu sister monks, brother monks from multiple locations. We do not know where they are, and we are struggling to somehow get in touch with them. We have not been able to get in touch with any of them. This is the attack that right now we are facing. Now, what exactly is going on? What exactly is happening is, as we are being faced with this attack, I want to just share like how this started. Then it started in multiple locations at the same time. So this is also showing, exposing how this is not any mob that tried to attack. No, this is a well-planned attack. Then our brother sannyasis who are there serving the indigenous communities, they were doing the annadan. We do annadan every day. We are serving free food every day. And when we are serving like to get more groceries and getting items for service, they had to go to a different town using a boat. So they were just trying to get into the boat. There was, and this is slightly away from where where we actually do the services. There is where we are doing the services, indigenous community that is happy with us. But they waited till these few monks way and trying to get into the boat. And in the boat, they surrounded. And once they surrounded them, they started confiscating their devices, started beating them up, and they denied them of water. It's scorching sun. It's in that heat, right? And they said that they're not going to let them go anywhere, and they started harassing them. And our monks literally begged them, requesting them to say, just please leave. And we are here just to serve. And they're first trying to understand what is going on. Who are these people? Because these people didn't belong locally. Who are these people? They didn't answer any of that. These men had guns, rifles with them. And they had knives, rifles, and they were pointing it out at the sannyasis and threatening. And I want to share how we got to know this. We saw this being live covered by some of the Hindu-phobic media channels. At the same time, in a different location where our Hindu monk sisters were staying, and these are hundreds of miles apart, literally like different cities altogether. And in that place, in that location, all of a sudden, they were just doing their spiritual routine, doing the yoga and puja. Uniformed armed men barged into an all-female monastery campus. And they immediately, our sister sannyasis asked who they were. They did not answer and started confiscating all their items, their phones, their bags, their passports. And immediately, our lawyers tried to rush over there, trying to reach them to find out what is happening. It's so the situation is like completely against the fundamental laws because they did not allow even the lawyers to get in touch with them. They did not allow the people to reach out to any of their legal representatives, and they're begging, saying, please allow our legal authorities, the legal representatives, the lawyers are right outside. They denied. Instead, they blocked the whole place. They let some specific media channels to come and do a live coverage. And it was not a live coverage. I just wanted to tell, like they were trying to shoot videos and trying to portray a different narrative altogether. This was what is happening. And simultaneously, multiple different places. Our sister sannyasis were in different places, doing different activities, services, doing annadan, or here teaching yoga, doing the puja rituals. So at that time, they were attacked. How did they track all these people at the same time? What is going on? And when and there we also had women who were pregnant. They denied them of giving food, water. Children were there. Children are denied of food and water. And here on the other side, where our male sannyasis were there, They were made to stand for hours together, till fully throughout they were standing in the sun, and it went to such an extent where the monks started fainting and falling due to the intense heat of the sun and being denied of water. This is after that we have no news of what's happening with any of them. They are being kidnapped, and this is the situation that we are in right now. All for what? Just because they decided to go and serve humanity? This has to stop. This is the persecution that is happening right now. And this persecution has to stop. We need to put a full stop to this. This has to end. Any of you have any questions that you want to ask, and whatever you want to post from your side, we request all of you to share it here. Any questions that you have, feel free to ask. We will answer your questions, and you can post anything that you have and any suggestions that you have as well.
And we also have Dr. Sridhika Karthik, who is sharing. With Swamiji's grace and blessings, we have manifested such deep fulfillment in life with respect to health, wealth, completion in relationships, and amazing health benefits. Yes, ma'am, absolutely. And we also have Ma Nithyananda, who is saying, why is the media silent on KAILASA's sovereignty but loud as elsewhere? If we don't call it out now, who will? Yes, Ma, it is high time that we call it out. It is very, very high time that we stop being silent, that we voice out on all social media platforms, because the mainstream media is not going to do it. The mainstream media is not interested in the truth. They are not interested in the rights of the indigenous people. So please, all of you, please share widely on your social media platforms, emailing the media outlets, your governments also, raise what persecution is happening to KAILASA, which is a Hindu nation, the only Hindu nation who have been persecuted, continuing to face persecution for centuries. And you may also ask, there's so much of talk happening on international platforms about persecution, and you will see there's so many resolutions, conventions that are being set up about persecutions on a certain group of people. But have you seen anywhere for Hinduism? No. The international community is not going to address the persecution of Hindus. Only Swamiji is doing that. And it is your responsibility, all of you, to now wake up to this persecution and start becoming active and actively reaching out. Find ways. What else can I do? What next can I do to make this persecution stop? Because remember, the more we are getting persecuted, the more that is taking time away from the services, from the mission, the actual mission and vision of KAILASA. That is to help humanity, enrich humanity, raise humanity, and ultimately giving enlightenment to the whole humanity and global peace, which all nations are struggling now. All the nations are struggling with global peace. and they do not know how to stop it. They do not have solutions because they do not even know what is the root of so much of conflict. They are not addressing the roots. They are just trying to put a band-aid. So Swamiji is addressing the root to all these problems. That is the work, that is the huge work that he is doing for the sake of humanity. He didn't have to do it, but he's doing it for our sake, so that we have a future, so that our children have a future. And we also have Ma Kailasa, who is saying every false headline against KAILASA adds to the pain of indigenous peoples globally. Yes, absolutely.
Right now, the persecution is still continuing, and we thank all of you who are supporting us. We're receiving a lot of support. We thank each and every one of you. We kindly request all of you, please share this. Make your own posts, post it everywhere. Let's spread this awareness and let us save the lives of our Hindu monk sisters, Hindu monk brothers. Let us save the lives of all our indigenous people. With this, we thank each and every one of you who have been supporting us, and we will be back with more live updates to all of you. Let us now offer our gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his immense sacrifice. And let us now conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.